For many aspiring board members, the first port of call is to go onto a not for profit board. And it's a really worthwhile pursuit. There is a demand for quality board directors in this space. And there are a raft of different organisations that you can consider, from charities to membership style groups to industry boards. There's just a whole range of options where that's concerned. But I think before you get started, you need to get really clear on what value you bring to the board of directors. These are not easy roles to just automatically secure. There's a bit of a myth in the market, if you like, that getting onto a not for profit board is easy. It's a highly competitive recruitment process, and you will find that you've got to have a really clear value proposition, and you're going to have to be aware of where you're likely to get traction. So you're not going to go onto the highest profile not-for-profit boards in the country in the first instance. What I encourage my clients to do is to develop a target list. And so I personally follow about 10 not-for-profit boards that I really love. I like the work they're doing in the market, and I'm tracking these organisations so that when an opportunity comes up, I'm ready to pounce. I'm ready to put my application together. I'm ready to go on the front foot. A lot of my strategy is around connecting to the members of the board and to really sort of forge those deep and meaningful connections, so that in many respects you often get the opportunity to be invited into a recruitment process when these positions come up. It's really important that if you do pursue a role in the not-for-profit sector, that you pick and choose your opportunities here. You must go towards quality not-for-profits. Many of these not-for-profits are very, very small, and when I say small, their turnover might be $1 to $3 million, or maybe $1 to $5 million. At that level, they're quite tiny, and there's a lot of things that are going to happen in these organisations, and you've got to look very carefully at where they get their funding from. If they're reliant on government funding, there could be some real choppy waters ahead for some of these very small not-for-profits. They're going to have to merge to survive. They're going to have to look at joint ventures or alliances with other not-for-profits, because the size is just not there. And we're seeing, for example, in the NDIS sector, there's a lot of consolidation happening with organisations. The bigger ones will survive. The smaller ones are really struggling unless they can find a particular niche or a particular area. You also have to really watch the cash flows in the smaller not-for-profits. So it's a little bit of a balancing act. You're looking for the right first not-for-profit board seat. You're looking for an organisation which you can personally align to. There's some sort of an affinity with the organisation. You would really love to join that board. But we need to make sure it's A, not a dysfunctional board, and B, it's not an organisation that's going to face a lot of issues in the future unless you're in the right position to be able to help them. So it's a very worthwhile cause. Get in touch with me if you'd like some advice on how to secure your first board seat in the not-for-profit sector. I might be able to give you some advice, and I might also be able to do a board assessment whether you are suitable for these types of roles and how you would go about achieving that type of outcome in the next 12 months.